This is Bindu. Hope you all are doing well. In this module, you will understand and analyze the system of elections in India. With a population of 1.21 billion, India is the largest democracy in the world. Let's find out how the election process is done in India. Elections are held in regular intervals to select representatives of the people. Through the elections, people can also reject the representatives who are not satisfied with their performance. Learning outcomes. Election in India. Election Commission of India. Election Commissioner of India. Election process in India. Vote reject, nota. Need for electoral reforms. Keywords. Vote. The act of showing your choice or opinion in an election or meeting by writing a cross on an official piece of paper or putting your hand up. EVM. Electronic voting machine. Constituency. A group of voters in a specified area who elect a representative to a legislative body. Nota. The nota option gives the voter the right to express a negative opinion by not selecting any of the candidates. Representative. A person chosen or elected to speak and act on behalf of others in a legislative assembly. Concept map. Elections in India. India gained independence on 15th August 1947. Just after independence, there was a pressing need for elections so that the people could elect a true representative government for the country. Article 324, which warrants the setting up of an election commission authority, which brought into force on 26th November 1949. Most of the other provisions were rendered effective after 26th January 1950. The Election Commission is the federal body of India, which is enacted under the provisions of the Constitution, responsible for monitoring and administrating all the electoral processes of India. This body is responsible for ensuring elections are free and fair without any bias. Election ensures the conduct of members pre-elections, during elections and post-elections as per the statutory legislation. All election-related disputes are handled by the Election Commission. The Supreme Court of India has held that where the enacted laws are silent or make insufficient provisions to deal with a given situation in the conduct of elections, the Election Commission has the residuary powers under the Constitution to act as appropriate. Types of elections. Elections in the Republic of India include elections for general elections. A general election is an election that is held in the entire country or state for the seats of Lok Sabha or Legislative Assembly. These elections are organized at the same time in all the constituencies. Midterm elections. Midterm elections in India refer to elections that occur before the scheduled elections every 5 years. By-elections are held when a seat holder of a particular constituent dies, resigns or is disqualified. Election Commission of India. The Election Commission of India, ECI, is a constitutional body. It was established by the Constitution of India to conduct and regulate elections in the country. Article 324 of the Constitution provides that the power of superintendence, direction and control of elections to Parliament, state legislatures, the office of the President of India and the office of Vice President of India shall be vested in the Election Commission. Thus, the Election Commission is an all India body in the sense that it is common to both the central government and the state governments. Election Commissioner of India, ECI, has been an independent constitutional authority since January 25, 1950. The Commission currently consists of a Chief Election Commissioner and 2 commissioners. The Election Commission is in charge of elections for Parliament, state legislatures and the offices of President and Vice President. The Election Commission prepares, maintains and periodically updates the electoral rolls which show who is entitled to vote, supervises the nomination of candidates, registers political parties and monitors the election campaign, including the funding. It also facilitates media coverage of the election process, organizes polling booths where voting takes place, and oversees vote counting and results declaration. All of this is done to ensure that elections are conducted in a timely and fair manner. Election process in India. Elections are held in regular intervals to select representatives of the people. When elections are held across a country to elect representatives to the Parliament of India, they are known as general elections. When elections are held to elect representatives to the state lawmaking body, they are called State Legislative Assembly elections. Sometimes by-election takes place when the representatives already chosen in regular elections cannot function properly in that capacity anymore for some reason. The process of elections in India can be explained from the following steps. Filling of nomination. The Election Commission of India published a notification for the date of filling nomination of the upcoming election in a particular constituency. Analysis of nomination. The Election Commission analyses the nomination paper carefully. If the officer is dissatisfied, then he or she may reject the nomination of the candidate. Campaigning for elections. The respective candidates can then start campaigning and promoting their respective parties to win the trust of the people and make them vote. The campaigning process is stopped 48 hours before the polling day. Voting and polling day. On this day, voters in the constituency come and vote for the candidates. The voters record their vote by pressing the button on EVM against the name of the candidates. Vote counting and result declaration. After the polling is done, the EVM is sealed and taken to the counting station under supervision and security. The candidate with the highest number of votes wins the election in that particular constituency. Formation of the ruling party. The political parties prove their maturity in Lok Sabha and Rajya Sabha and choose their leader, that is Prime Minister or Chief Minister. Vote reject nota. Based on the 2013 Supreme Court judgment, nota can be considered as freedom of expression. This judgment was passed in the case of the People's Union of Civil Liberties. The need for electoral reforms. India is the second most populous country in the world. It is a huge task to conduct elections in India. Every political party promises to give good governance, socio-economic equality, and the eradication of poverty. Conclusion. The Election Commission of India is an autonomous constitutional authority responsible for administering union and state election processes in India. The body administers elections to the Lok Sabha, Rajya Sabha and state legislative assemblies in India and the offices of the President and Vice President in the country. Thank you.